So what we may be seeing here is a rational decision, rational because there's logic involved, to refrain from entering the labor marketplace. And that is going to have a huge impact. First off, for all of us, but especially for anyone that is recruiting in blue collar shift work, hospitality, anything that is customer facing, you're going to see fewer applies per job ad placement. Okay. You are going to see, because there's a dramatic increase in competition, because as restaurants and hotels open up, people need folks to be in face-to-face businesses, and they're willing to pay to get those people in the door, because if you don't have them, you can't run your business. So there's fewer applies per job ad placement. The price that's being paid for those ads is going up. Okay, that means that when you are buying on a cost per click basis, if there's more competition, you end up paying more. That leads to an increased cost per application, because you have fewer applies per job ad and you're paying more per job ad. So increased costs and less conversions means you're paying more to get an apply. And the last thing is, I can tell you a lot of our customers are looking really hard at the wages that they pay, especially in the blue collar segment. They are benchmarking their market. They are looking at what their competitors are paying. They are looking at, unemployment benefits in each one of the markets in which they operate, and they're making hard calls about what they need to do there. So let me see if I can make sure I'm still here. I am still here. Good. Everybody can see me. That's great. All right. So I'm going to go back to present mode. Okay. So what can we do about it? There's actually, to be candid, quite a bit that we can do about it. If what you do is you think about this as kind of an emergency, right? When I was growing up, I used to watch MASH a lot. I loved MASH. And for those of you who don't know what MASH is, I'm showing my age, but go look it up on YouTube, or I don't even know what streaming service it's on, but it's about a mobile army, medical hospital in Korea. And it was right near the front lines, and these guys would do what they called meatball surgery. That's what Hawkeye Pierce called it, meatball surgery. Patch people up and get them to a real hospital. I think we're kind of in the meatball surgery stage right now, guys. The data that I'm seeing in terms of the drop in apply rates and the increase in costs, candidly, we're seeing about 20% drop in apply rates, and in a lot of areas, we're seeing a 20% increase in costs. And those two things together are just a double whammy. So if we go into this from a meatball, kind of surgery standpoint, we're willing to do some things quickly, even if it's a little ugly. We got some things that we can do. So first off, shorten your apply flow. I've been saying this for years, and if you've been to one of my webinars, you know this, but if you have an apply flow that takes 15 minutes to complete online, if you can knock that down to less than 5 minutes, you're going to get 350% more applies than you did before. And there might not have been an impetus to do that before, but with the changes in seeker engagement and behavior that we have right now, it might be worth the time to bring out the scalpel and cut some stuff out. Number two is make your recruiting process more job seeker friendly. So there's a bunch of our clients that do pretty long right in line in the application process to determine if they even want to talk to somebody. I get it. It's important to have those types of filters, but in this type of environment, you may want to move those filters further down the funnel, because it is a better business decision for you to be screening more people less efficiently than having more efficient, a very efficient, smaller applicant pool. And then the last thing is, I'm loath to say it, but the bottom line is that if you guys are buying on a pay-per-click basis, which is basically the way most job ads in the United States are bought today, you got to pay up. There is a material difference in performance on a job ad in terms of the number of clicks that you get and the number of applies that you get if you're in the number 1 or number 2 position on a job site. And so run searches on the keywords that job seekers look for your jobs. You don't know what those are, you can ask Appcast, you can talk to the job sites that you work with, happy to give them to you. Go do those searches, look at the people that are competing for those jobs. Make sure that your ads are comparable to that. Make sure that you are paying appropriately for the jobs. Like if you find that you're paying $14 an hour and everyone else is paying $18 an hour, you got a problem. And then make sure that you're paying enough to that your ads are seen. Endeavor to get into that first or second spot. And then lastly, of course, because nothing in life is free, take a look at AppCast.